Welcome to Unity Comox Valley. Thank you for joining me today. That was a beautiful song we just sang, wasn't it? I sail in you and you sail in me. Beautiful metaphor for our interconnectedness, not only physically, but certainly planetarily, if that's such a word. We all are breathing the same air, we all live on the same planet, and we also share our spiritual nature, our divine nature. And that is the essence of who we are. And so it's important to remember that when we come together, to remember this potential that we have within us, this immense source and pool of creativity and power and love. So thank you again for being with me this morning.
There is just one presence, there is just one light, shining in the world like a beacon in the night. There is just one power we all can share, one great power everywhere. One great power, one great love, big as the ocean and the skies up above. One great spirit waiting in prayer, one great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere. There is just one purpose, there is just one spark, burning in our souls like a candle in the dark. There is just one chorus we all can sing, with one great power let it ring. One great power, one great love, big as the ocean and the skies up above. One great spirit waiting in prayer, one great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere. One great power, 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 one great power everywhere. There is just one presence, there is just one light, shining in the world like a beacon in the night. There is just one power we all can share, one great power everywhere. One great power, one great love, big as the ocean and the skies up above. One great spirit waiting in prayer, one great power everywhere. There is one great power everywhere. One great power everywhere.
Today begins a series called Spiritual Awakening Through Life's Changes. When I was contemplating what might be a useful topic to talk about over the next few weeks, this one came to mind, using time of change as a vehicle for spiritual growth. And we are in a change right now, aren't we? So over the next few weeks, we're going to explore this and see if we can more deeply understand and learn what the process of change is all about, so that we can consciously cooperate with it and glean the full benefits of going through the process with our eyes open, our minds and our hearts awake. So let's talk about change. We have all weathered changes in our lives and survived. We've gone from childhood to adulthood. Perhaps we've changed jobs over the years, or locations, or homes, or relationships. We know that change is a constant. We see the same ebb and flow in nature. We know that it is part of life. An integral part of life is change. And yet we label it, some good, and some not good. So how can we tell if change is good or bad? It's very simple. If we like it, it's good. If we don't like it, it's bad. We like change when we decide when and how and what it's going to look like. So say, for example, we're going to change a location. We decide when that's going to happen. We have time to do the research about different neighborhoods or areas we might want to live in. We look at homes or apartments. We decide when we have time to organize ourselves and pack. So when change happens this way, it's good. Has a nice flow to it, it's pleasant, we enjoy it. And the ones we don't like? Well, unexpected, unplanned, and not of our choice. So we find ourselves right now in the middle of one of those big changes, don't we? That was unexpected and unplanned. And yet, here we are. So how can we meet this change? How do we live today not knowing what tomorrow is going to look like? Not knowing what next month or even next year might bring to us. We are in a time of transition. We are moving into new territory where the old maps that we may have used in the past are no longer valid. They no longer apply. No one has experienced this before, what we are living through right now. We can't go back and see how the last time this happened, how people handled it, what the outcomes were, how people managed. When we're faced with something new that we didn't choose, often our tendency is to get through it quickly, right? Even with blinders on, like, let's just get through this and get to the other side. But if we try to push through it with blinders on, we lose so much of the potential for spiritual growth. And to me, that's why we're here. This is a time for accelerated learning and growth. So let's pay attention to what's transpiring around us and, more importantly, really within us, so that we can learn and grow through this very unique time we are in right now. When we understand the process of change, we can move with it, we can cooperate with it, and really even enjoy it. So back to the question, how do we meet this change? How do we move through these uncharted waters? Well, if we are wise, we remember to start with our spiritual principles. We remember that we do not navigate these waters alone. We are not without resources, inner resources. We are spiritual beings that have the capacity to access and draw from everything that we could possibly need: clarity, wisdom, strength, faith, imagination. All of these things are available to us. We are not without resources. Every change, planned or not, is an opportunity for spiritual transformation. If we can embrace it, accept it, and especially if we can cooperate with it. So let's step back and drop the label of good or bad, and let's look at the process, the phases of change. Although we might think that the first step in change is a new beginning, just pause for a moment and think about that. Anytime you've made a change in your life, it actually starts with an ending. Leaving a childhood, leaving our childhood, leaving our neighborhood, leaving a job. It starts with an ending. We think that an ending would lead to a new beginning. We think that perhaps it's a two-step process. But there's a very important third stage, an in-between stage, a stage that occurs after we have left something and before we arrive at the new, whatever it is, the new situation, the new circumstance. You may remember this. We just went through it. We just experienced Lent, the season of letting go, right, of endings. And then we had Easter, representing resurrection, a new beginning. But what was in between there? It didn't just jump from one to the other. There was the tomb experience, the time when we're in darkness, when we're quiet, when we're reflective. That time, that in-between time of really not knowing, having left the old, not yet arrived in the new. So as we explore this new territory together, we're going to look at all three phases, all three parts of the process of change. And remember, it doesn't happen like turning the page of a book. I mentioned this last time. Some of the letting go is brought into the in-between stage. Some of the ending is brought into the in-between stage. Some of the in-between stage, the not knowing stage, is always brought into the new beginning stage. So there's lots of overlap there. Next week, we'll start consciously walking the path of spiritual awakening. Let's prepare now for our time of prayer and contemplation.
Make me some room close by your side. Love is drawn to love. Here in this place, hearts open wide. Love is drawn to love. We'll find our song, sing it together. Love is drawn to love. With harmony, everything's better. Love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love, love, oh, love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love, love, oh, love is drawn to love. Stand up for truth, lift up your voices. Love is drawn to love. Follow your heart, you'll see the choices. Love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love, love, oh, love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love, love, oh, love is drawn to love. Love, love, oh, love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love. Love is drawn to love.
Love is drawn to love. As we enter into this time of prayer and contemplation, let's invite these words to find a home in us. Love is drawn to love. The love within me soothes my soul and fills my mind, crowding out thoughts of fear and loneliness. It transforms them into blessings of healing and harmony for myself and all people. I relax and come home to the love that is mine, to the love that I am. I feel love grow and bloom like a budding flower reaching toward the sun. This remembrance fills my empty spaces and refreshes my parched places. As I shimmer and glow with the love I feel,
I have even more love to share. For this love and in all things I am grateful. We begin with the knowledge of the nature of the divine. Spirit is infinite peace, infinite wisdom, infinite love, and infinite life. All that God is, we can know as the truth within us. We begin in celebration of the whole holy power within, our true nature. Let's hold this thought for a few minutes. I am one with the one source of all good. I am one with the one source of all good. I am one with the one source of all good. And now that we are centered in that truth, let's turn our attention to the quality of love. I am one with infinite love, one in the love that knows no bounds. The love I am cherishes and nourishes all life. My heart is a sanctuary of love. As I withdraw my attention from outer circumstances and enter the sanctuary of my heart, I become aware that I am centered in divine love. I feel love for all creation. Through the eyes of love, I see all people. I focus my attention on the presence of love within me and everywhere around me. I allow the energy of divine love to permeate my consciousness. I see the world through my spiritual eyes, beholding the beauty and sacredness of life. My heart is a sanctuary of love. Let's hold this thought for a few minutes. My heart is a sanctuary of love. I am an expression of infinite life. breathe the breath of spirit. I breathe the breath of life. Every breath supports and strengthens me, renews and refreshes me. The healing power of divine life within strengthens and revitalizes me. Every cell of my body holds the imprint of divine life. I envision the activity of divine life as a continual flow of vital energy, nourishing and nurturing my body and entire being. I am one with the spirit of life, infinite and eternal. Let's hold this thought for a few moments. Centered in divine life, I am whole. Centered in divine life, I am whole. as we close this time of prayer and contemplation, let's take a moment to bring to mind our gratitude for all those who are making great sacrifices to do their jobs solely for the benefit of others. As one, we can send them strength and protection and appreciation. Thank you for joining me in this time of mindfulness. We have an important role to play right now as conscious spiritual beings. We can make a contribution to the goodness on the planet, and we can expand the goodwill, peace, and compassion that is being expressed. We are the hearts, minds, and hands of love. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing one sun. I choose love. Yes, I do. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present. It's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
Many of you sent in a reading, a poem, or a thought for the day, so I'd like to share them with you now. Heather Hodge says this: my message is, this is a wonderful time to slow down and enjoy nature. At this time of year, the wildflowers are stunning. Trillium, fawn lilies, bleeding hearts, and wild ginger. So many exquisite sights. There are so many wonderful local places to see them if we're willing to take the time to go find them and delight in them. Ann Taylor sent a poem by Nizami Ganjabi, a 12th century Persian poet. In the hour of adversity, be not without hope, for crystal rain falls from black clouds. Lucia Brodie shares a quote from an Irish poet, John O'Donoghue. In every moment, everywhere, we are not inches away from the divine presence. Diane Jung adds, it's all about being in the light and how to share the light with others in small and big ways. A kind word, a phone call, a smile, a hello. To anyone we meet, we are blessed indeed. Dale McAslin says, sometimes I like to imagine the time when we all come back together again and feel what it feels like. I am enjoying our reunion right now in this timeless, placeless place. Today in awe, I am experiencing millions of blossoms and read this very sweet verse by Angelus Salelius. You are loved by all things. Like a crowd, they hurry toward you, eager to reach God. And Ann Johnstone reminds us of one of our unity affirmations. There is one presence, one power, and one activity in my life, God the good, omnipotent. So if you have something you would like to share, please send it to us at info@unitycomoxvalley.com. The ones that I gather through the week, I will share next Sunday. It'd be wonderful to hear some more of your voices. We always take time to appreciate the good that we have received. In these times, it could be something like Diane mentioned, a smile, a wave, a telephone call, a card. So I invite you to bring some blessing that you have received into your heart and mind right now. What way have you been blessed this past week? With joy in your hearts and minds, please join me with our love offering affirmation. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. One more time. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Before we end, I'd like to remind you that there are 4 touch points every week, a way that you can connect with and feel the oneness in our spiritual community. So every Sunday there is a service like this on our website. The previous services are also there, available under the Watch and Listen tab. You can listen to them anytime, of course. You can listen to them more than once. Every Wednesday, I've recorded a meditation that is also available on the website. The previous ones are also behind the tab, Watch, Listen. Every Monday and Friday, there's a newsletter. Please read it. It's full of information and hopefully some inspiration and some thoughts to carry you through the week. Looking ahead, 2 Sundays from today is Mother's Day. So I'm putting out the invitation to you to send a photo of your mom to info@unitycomoxvalley.com so that we can put them as part of this service that we have on Mother's Day, and we can see each other's moms' faces. If you don't know how to do that, just check out the newsletter, because I'll give a little description there about how you can take an old photo and put it into a format that you can email to us. And we'll have a reminder in the next 2 weeks, newsletters as well. So you have 2 weeks to find a picture of your mom that you would like to share with your spiritual family. So stay in touch. Call us, send us an email. Your feedback, your comments are really important to us right now, and we act on them. One last blessing before we sing the peace song. It may be familiar to you. May the good Lord bless and keep you, whether near or far away. May you find that long-awaited golden day today. May your troubles all be small ones, and your fortune 10 times 10. May the good Lord bless and keep you until we meet again. May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. May there be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. Fill your dreams with sweet tomorrows. Never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you until we meet again. Now we'll close with the peace song.